News coming in, the Quad meeting, which will be chaired by the US Secretary of State Rubio met S. Jaishankar and the Quad foreign ministers on the first day in office. S. Jaishankar hails the productive meeting that he had with Rubio. External Affairs Minister said Quad meeting within hours of Trump 2.0 discussed free, stable and prosperous Indo-Pacific ties. India-US partnership is the focus as the External Affairs Minister met Mario Rubio with regards to the Quad meeting. US Secretary of State Rubio has now met with S. Jaishankar and the other foreign ministers of the Quad summit. S. Jaishankar said that there was productive time that was spent discussing the Indo-Pacific ties. And this Quad meeting came within hours of Donald Trump taking oath as the 47th President of the United States of America. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar said that they discussed free, stable and prosperous Indo-Pacific ties. Our Foreign Affairs Editor Geeta Mohan joining me on the story. Geeta, the first 100 days, that's what everyone was very closely looking at with regards to Donald Trump. And within hours of taking office, we are seeing the Quad meeting taking place.
Well, that's right. Clearly, the focus of the Trump administration has been and will be the Indo-Pacific. The fact that on the sidelines of the inauguration ceremony, the first multilateral international meeting that has taken place after the confirmation of Marco Rubio as Secretary of State is the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting. Secretary Rubio met with External Affairs Minister Jaishankar, Senator Wong, the Foreign Minister of Australia, and Takeshi Iwaya, the Foreign Minister of Japan, focusing on the foreign policy of free, open, stable and prosperous Indo-Pacific. That being the focus, the four foreign ministers met, and it certainly goes to show the importance America attaches to these three important allies and partners of the United States of America. Apart from the multilateral Quad meeting, the Secretary also held separate bilateral meetings with External Affairs Minister, with Senator Wong and with Minister Iwaya. So all those bilateral meetings were also important, but the emphasis for India was the fact that at the very beginning, beginning of the Trump administration, there has been an early engagement between India and the U.S. in the form of bilateral meeting between Jaishankar and Secretary Rubio.
Thank you, Geeta, for giving us details and putting things in perspective. Geeta Mohan, Foreign Affairs Editor. S. Jaishankar, along with the four foreign ministers, met for the Quad meeting just hours after Donald Trump took oath as the 47th President of the United States of America. The External Affairs Minister has now clearly said that very fruitful meeting took place. The Indo-Pacific ties is something that was being discussed. The first 100 days of Donald Trump's administration are very closely being looked at. As Jaishankar clearly said that they had very productive time. The Quad meeting took place within hours of Donald Trump taking oath as the President of the United States of America. A very clear messaging that on the cards, they will make sure that the first Quad meeting leads to new avenues opening up. The four foreign ministers very clearly had a fruitful meeting. S. Jaishankar, after he came out of the meeting, said that it was very productive time that they spent together, and also said that we will see things moving very quickly for the four countries.